Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Now, after studying the Romans and the Greeks and the Egyptians, even the life in Sumer, I was looking at the sources of religion and how they've changed over a great amount of time. And I realized that Rome and Greece are very, very connected. Actually, Greece and Rome have the same exact gods, except Rome has different names for them. Now, my reason might be, maybe the Romans just... I know the Romans had blends of culture, but I would never expect them to take gods and then switch up their name and make them their own gods. Seriously, that's all they changed. They're the same people, they murder the same people, except they all have different names. That's it. Well, except for Apollo. They both have the same name. But serious, Zeus from Greece would be Jupiter in Rome. Hera from Greece would be Juno in Rome. Ares in Greece would be Mars from Rome. And Apollo from Greece and from Rome. Now when you think about this, you wonder why the Romans would do this. Just so they can have their own religion. Because years and years later, when Jesus came along, after Caesar Augustus crucified him, they started the religion Christianity. Heck, they even could have... Lots of these people could have been Jewish if they didn't destroy the Second Temple and chuck down Judah. Because when they did that, that's when all the Jewish people scattered and then went into hiding, but then rebuilt temple, then rebuilt homes of prayer, and they also had helpers to help rebuild. So while the Jews were rebuilding across Rome, so when Jesus came along, and then when he was crucified, people thought of a different religion, which is Christianity. Even though the Romans thought this was awful, they didn't like the people at all. I mean, Nero actually killed Christians, tortured them, and then fed them to lions. Diocletian was the one that brought the whole Greece rip-off gods back. He said that they should stay with their own religion. And then Saul, who changed his name to Paul, went around Rome giving off letters, you could say. Letters to everyone to start becoming a Christian. Because Christianity was like the new big thing. And when Constantine came, he also was a Christian. He was baptized soon before he passed away. But he actually took off the rip-off from Greeks, and he threw those guys away. They're this little tainted people now. And that's when he went with Christianity. Going back to the Greek and Rome thing, but that must be why, because they must have just wanted their own religion since they're in their own empire. When Greek was around, they had their own set of gods, so that when the Romans came, they thought, these gods are interesting for a blend of culture, but let's make them ours, so let's erase their names and put on new ones. Because besides their names, they're basically all the same. Well, that's all I really have to say. So yeah, religion across Greece and Rome have greatly similar. And then Christianity came along after the Jewish scattered thanks to Rome, because they wanted to stay with their own religion. And well, that concludes my historical facts on Greece and Rome and how they are familiar.